The Wataya Company Limited of Japan proudly presents the oil reclaiming equipment Yukaki, friendly to Earth and friendly to mankind, for attainment of zero-emission society to preserve the beautiful Earth. Background: Contribution to a material cycle society. Japan is now in transit from mass production and huge consumption and waste of high-growth economy to material cycles for resources and energy. Considering the global environment protection and waste disposal management. In 2000, the basic law for establishing the recycling-based society became in effect and outlined the future direction to save natural resources and reduce environmental burden as much as possible. Discussions of global environment and resources will be watched with worldwide keen interest from now on. For a critical issue of global warming, action must be taken immediately. In 1997 fall, Japan committed to reduce a 6% of carbon emission in Kyoto Protocol, but she will be compelled in the course of time to reduce at least 8% of emission to achieve this target. G8 Hokkaido Toyaku Summit is held in Japan in 2008. International society is showing a great deal of expectation for Japan to contribute to the development of advanced technologies and systems. Leadership in this field is inevitable for Japan for her growth in the future. Shortage of oil in the near future will be a serious international concern. To make the matter worse, problem is not only jumping price of crude oil, but also raising consumption prices. And this situation will have a bad influence on worldwide economy. Meaning, to save natural resources is not only the protection of global environment, but also contribution to the stability of social economy. Appearance of oil production equipment for waste plastics thus mean contribution to the material cycle society in the century of 21st. Yukaki technology for international friendship and environment protection. Japanese advanced environmental protection technology. Plastic vaporized and refined system using high frequency. The aim of the material. 1. Make the friendship bridge between Japan and the Philippines. 2. Make the environmental protection site and equipment in local. 3. Make the employment in local using environmental business. 4. Save the cost of government service and make money by recycled oil. 5. Reduce the landfill, burn, and insanitary in the local area. Technology of plastic recycling. Social background. Contribution to the complete recycling society. The process of waste material is becoming global issues these days, and the recycling is an important challenge from the resource and energetic point of view. The plastic made from limited resource such as petroleum is an essential raw material in our lives. Also, the recycling technology of plastics is our matter of concern. Material recycling and chemical recycling becomes common as the recycling technology of plastic material. Which are the methods of recycling plastic to plastic products and the chemical industrial raw material? Furthermore, people start realizing the importance of thermal recycling, which make plastics can be used as oil and coal. The volume of produced plastic and recycled plastic. Nowadays, 12,700,000 tons of plastics are produced and 9,460,000 tons of waste plastics are created in Japan, according to the research of 2010. Meanwhile, 7,230,000 tons, that is 77% of plastics, are recycled, and 2,210,000 tons are used for reclamation or simply discarded. The technology of making good use of waste plastic are socially and economically needed in the near future. Recycle of plastics. In 1995, Packaging and Packaging Waste Law was enacted. In April 1, 2001, paper boxes, plastics, and other waste started to be considered for regulations for material recycle. This law was intended to small and medium-sized companies as well as large enterprises. Under such circumstances, oil production equipment Yukaki was designed to convert waste plastic to reforming oil without having environmental quality deteriorated, such as generation of dioxins created by incineration and disposal of waste at landfill site. Yukaki Corporate Philosophy. There are many equipment in the world, but why they did not expand so far? No need of large space for installation. So far, liquefaction system was developed to meet the requirement of huge petrochemical enterprises. System was integrated as part of total system in their large petrochemical machines installed at their plants, and it was not easy for small companies or public organizations to obtain such equipment, extracting partially from a viewpoint of limited installation space and budget. While Yukaki equipment was developed and designed under the concept of new behavior, that one must consider to treat his waste on his initiative. This philosophy made it possible to introduce such a compact system and equipment. No sense that reforming oil is unuseful. So far, oil production equipment was unable to produce useful crude oil which will replace heavy oil. Current burner type equipment cannot make the reforming oil in use since precise temperature control for pyrolysis vessel was not attainable, while Yukaki equipment was able to produce reforming oil which will suit for frequency current. In accordance with the type of oil, thermal management in the range of 1 degree Celsius became reality, as shown in test data. Reforming oil is corresponding to the type A heavy oil which will be used as fuel oil. As stated above, oil production equipment Yukaki can convert waste plastics to a material energy. This system contributes to the recycle of waste plastics in a sound recyclable society. Material cycle-based economic society. Yukaki equipment is capable to produce reforming oil which will be used in internal combustion engine as low-level pollution oil. By using this reforming fuel oil, it is possible to achieve the low-level pollution, and equipment contributes to the improvement of environment. Also, this forming oil is used for energy to generate electricity power. This is what we call material cycle society. For materialization of zero emission, most important role for Yukaki is to ensure the concept that one must try to recycle his product on his own initiative. Through this process, everyone is being aware how it is necessary to use the material that is environment friendly and the material that is easy for recycling. To understand this concept is related to take a shortcut for materialization of a material cycle society. As a matter of course, small induction heating type of Yukaki equipment is the exact one that is inevitable to pursue zero emission in the 21st century for a beautiful earth. The technology of plastic recycling. Many methods for waste plastic recycling based on the long-term technology development are being put to practical use, which can mainly be divided into three categories. Material recycling, turn to raw material, turn to product, that is mechanical recycling. Chemical recycling, turn to raw material and monomer, Turn to blast furnace reducing agent. Turn to coke oven chemical raw materials. Turn to gas or oil. This is feedstock recycling. Thermal recycling, energy recovery. Turn to cement raw material. Waste power generation. Turn to refuse paper and plastic fuel. Turn to refuse derived fuel. This is the energy recovery. There are mainly three typical plastic recycling methods listed above. It is important to choose the one at low cost and can be load reduced for the environment based on the conditions of waste plastics. What are the methods at low cost and can be load reduced for the environment? There are four factors to determine the best recycling way for waste plastics, and it needs to be optimized, including transportation connecting all factors. The best way should be chosen based on every conditions because every technology has pros and cons. Secondary, to clarify the features of plastic liquidation, I will show the pros of plastic liquidation using the comparison between chemical recycling and others, like thermal and material recycling. Comparison with material recycling. Ultraviolet rays, or UV, and bacteria deteriorate plastics. The deteriorated plastics cannot be recycled materially. However, it can be recycled chemically. Thermal recycling. It requires a large-scale equipment and high initial investment. It requires a cement plant to heat up. Even if it is recycled to refuse paper and plastic fuel, the common machinery cannot use it as a fuel and it requires a special fuel system to do so. The system is now not common in use. The features of our technology, with its great process, ability, and economy, Yukaki MS series bring a revolution to the field of waste plastics recycling. Low price and compact. Compact type without complex functions. Low cost only for the equipment of plastic liquidation itself. High frequency induction heating system. Improvement of stability because of high frequency induction heating system, which makes no need to use fire. Continuous operation. Thanks to the extruder in melting section, it leads a better use to consequently input waste plastics compared to traditional batch processing equipment. Low running cost. Succeed to cut down running costs since the produced oil can be used as fuel. Plastics are essential to our lives. Let us find a way how to make a good use of waste plastics. Also, it doesn't help anything just to recycle it to energies. We are eager to suggest how to utilize the energy as well. Yukaki equipment features. Productivity. With the sharing of liquefaction energy by reduced dissolution and pyrolysis, equipment assures high capacity of treatment. Auto-feeder of material in concert with the pyrolysis speed and treatment of residue at the same time reserves the consecutive. As a method of heating for pyrolysis vessel is frequency, current, delicate control of temperature can be done. Operation. Progress of operation in system is visible with graphic display and monitor. Setting of temperature for pyrolysis vessel can be changed at random during operation. Heating is suspended automatically when abnormal situation happened. Residue is separated and taken out under powder condition for easy work. Safety. Constant monitoring of temperature and pressure prevents error in operation. Prevention of human error by automatic seal of gas getting into vessel. Automatic suspension of heating seal of gas when abnormal situation happened. secure of safety by explosion-proof specs for composition and circuit, cost saving. Compact apparatus meets requirement 1. To minimize installation space. 2. Improvement of heat efficiency. 3. Reduction of manpower in operation. Accurate thermal management contributes to separation of forming oil. Electrical heating source improves heat efficiency and assures optimum power for operation at nighttime or waiting time. Maintenance. Easy removal of cover for vessels is available for easy inspection. Gas inspection lamp and flange in circuit make easy inspection and cleaning. Panel keeps history of operation for easy inspection and maintenance. Oil production equipment, Yukaki system. Waste plastics are broken into pieces less than 10 millimeter in size and thrown into dissolution vessel. Then, by giving heat, dissolved material is supplied by pyrolysis vessel. Vaporized oil coming from dry distillation is cooled to a liquid. This is system to produce reforming oil which correspond to type A heavy oil. Yukaki lineup. MS-30, 30 kilograms per hour. Half batch type equipment. MS-50, 50 kilograms per hour. Installing type and consecutive operation is available by using push-out tool. Construction of dissolution and pyrolysis vessels is simple. Induction heating through high-frequency current makes prompt heating pattern available in accordance material. MS-50, 2008 type, 50 kilograms per hour. Method to remove residue was changed to ball valve version. Residue can be removed easily after baking. Vessel temperature goes down to 350 degrees Celsius. By this change, 24 hours operation becomes available, excluding time required to remove residue. Deterioration of baking vessel was much improved. For MS-125, refer to the separate information. Reduced dissolution is done by heater of heating type. Induction heating through high-frequency current is provided for pyrolysis, so precise thermal management can be done under high efficiency and low consumption of electric power. The features of our technology. This is just an example of the result of liquidation experiment. Yukaki machine can only liquefy 3P, PS polystyrene, PP polypropylene, and PE polyethylene, and some of the ABS resin. The chart below is the result of experiment of liquidation upon request. Other than the materials below are out of warranty. Chart below is only for your information. Introduction examples, verification and introduction results. In 2008, Industrial Waste Disposal Operator purchased the latest model of Yukaki, and they used the reduced oil as their fuel, Yukaki MS-50. It is easier to take out the residue than the old one. In 2010, Plastic Injection Molding Company in Gifu have purchased the original model of Yukaki MS-30 to generate electric power by liquidation of their discharged plastics, which is the start for Yukaki to be operated in corporations. They are purchasing bottle caps from Natsutagawa City and mix it with their waste plastics. Reduce it to fuel for the generators, which supply power to their injection molding machine, air conditioners for plants and offices, and some lights. Laws and regulations. Standard to generate hydrocarbon oil and carbide. The Law Enforcement Regulation 7 of Article 1 regarding the disposal of waste and cleaning. Standard to disposal. Structure of not burning the waste in pyrolysis tank by preventing the air going into pyrolysis tank. Our countermeasure. Pyrolysis tank is sealed and the waste in pyrolysis tank shall not be burned by doing N2 purge in the first stage. Standard disposal 2. Able to correctly maintain the temperature and the pressure needed for pyrolysis of industrial waste for pressure only in case of pressurization, same as number 3. Our countermeasure 2. Maintain the constant temperature needed for pyrolysis by using high-frequency induction heating and directly measure the temperature of pyrolysis tank and automatically adjusting the output of high-frequency induction heating. This equipment never pressurized by devices to be operated at atmospheric pressure. However, it has safety valve and exhaust blower. Structure to be able to measure the temperature and pressure on a regular basis. Our countermeasure, it can measure the temperature of the pyrolysis tank and inside of tank and other parts with thermocouple and show it on the display. It also shows the pressure by using compound gauge. Standard to disposal number 4. It has to be able to cool the discharged residue so that it will not catch a fire in the process of discharging the residue, including carbide, same as below. Our countermeasure. The residue in pyrolysis tank is not taken out immediately. It will be discharged into the residue tank, which was N2 purge first and be cooled enough. Standard to disposal number 5. The gas produced in the process and not processed as hydrocarbon oil has to be processed properly. Except for burning, it shall not be applied when the weight of hydrocarbon oil produced in a normal operation is more than 40% of produced waste and the weight of the gas produced in the process, which is not processed as hydrocarbon oil, is less than 25% of processed industrial waste. Only the hydrocarbon oil created for recycling. In case of the pyrolysis equipment, can weight the weight of the processed industrial waste, the weight of processed hydrocarbon oil, and the weight of the residue produced in the process. Our countermeasure, waste for processing: PE, polyethylene; PP, polypropylene; PS, polyestyrene. More than 85% is used for hydrocarbon oil. Less than 5% is used for off-gas. The data of analysis. The analysis of equipment by public organization. We can provide the following materials and data as a countermeasure for legislations of other countries. Need to decide whether the fee should be included to know how or counted as additional cost. 1. The analysis of equipment by public organization. 2. Component analysis of exhaust gas, Air Pollution Control Act. 3. Hazardous substances analysis of residual component, the Soil Contamination Countermeasures Act.